Please be seated. Good afternoon. To everyone assembled, our brilliant graduates, the families who have loved and supported you, and the faculty and staff who have taught and mentored you, it is my great honor as Dean of the Antonin Scalia Law School at George Mason University to welcome you to the celebration and commencement of the great class of 2023. Has anybody read U.S. News lately? Have you seen that Scalia Law is now ranked as the #2 law school in both Washington, D.C. and in the Commonwealth of Virginia? Please now rise for the presentation of the colors by the GMU ROTC Patriot Battalion and remain standing for our national anthem, which will be sung by Sarah Barker, a member of our own JD class of 2024.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. We do thank the Patriot Battalion and you, Sarah. We look forward to having you back again next year when your class, the class of 2024, graduates. Wonderful job. We also appreciate the wonderful quartet from George Mason University who played at the beginning. It is now my honor to introduce Dr. Mark Ginsberg, the Provost and Executive Vice President of George Mason University, for some remarks.
Thank you, Dean Randall. Good afternoon and welcome. Congratulations first to the class of 2023 of the Antonin Scalia School of Law. We're so proud of you. Congratulations. And all of you who've joined us today, welcome to our magnificent Center for the Arts here on the George Mason University campus. The Antonin Scalia Law School is a top-tier school of law. And you've had, as now graduates and now soon to be former students of the law school, a top-tier education. You've learned from top-tier faculty, and you've been supported by a top-tier staff. And Dean Randall just told you a little bit about the most recent ranking, so if you don't believe me, you can believe the national rankers, because it truly is a top-tier place to learn, to study, to grow, and to develop a trajectory for career success. Graduating from our law school and graduating from George Mason University has prepared you to begin your career as an attorney, as a scholar, as a practitioner of the law. And I am very confident that Mason has prepared you for success and prepared you to achieve your dreams. I'm also confident that your experience has been transformative. Not only has it been career preparing, I believe, and many of you have told me, that it has been life-changing. You start or will continue your career in the law during a very challenging time in our nation, indeed a very challenging time in our world, and you are a group to whom much will be asked. You'll be asked to provide guidance on complex issues and to help solve complex problems. In doing so, you will have an unparalleled opportunity to contribute to our society, to the legal profession, and to our community. We will depend upon you. Actually, we're going to count on you. We're going to count on you to build a better society, to build a greater nation, and to benefit us all. Once again, to the class of 23, congratulations.
Thank you, Provost. I now want to recognize the outstanding law faculty, including our associate and assistant deans, seated behind me on the stage. The Scalia Law faculty is ranked among the top 25 law faculties in the country. Faculty and staff, please stand, and audience, please recognize the law faculty. I now want to recognize the guests of our graduates, whether you are in person or watching by live stream remotely, the family and friends who have given of yourselves and made sacrifices, financial and otherwise, to help you earn your degree, the moms, the dads, the sisters, brothers, grandparents, husbands, wives, children, partners, significant others, and friends. Will all of the guests please stand, and we will recognize you now. Finally, I want to thank the law school staff who made this occasion possible. I want to begin with Dave Hull, our Director of Academic Administration, Marissa Ianto, Kim Gallagher, Victoria Huber, Christine Malone, Susan Randall, Carlos Sandoval, Ken Turchi, and the student and staff volunteers. Thank you for your work for us today. There is a great tradition at this law school where we have remarks from student representatives who have been selected by their peers. We first welcome the representative from the Juris Master class, Marissa Farina Morse.
My fellow graduates, today as we gather here to celebrate our graduation and this amazing accomplishment, I want to take a moment to focus on something seemingly undervalued in our world: authenticity. In a society that constantly bombards us with messages of conformity and unrealistic expectations, authenticity is a rare and precious trait. It's the essence of being your true self, embracing what makes you unique and living a life aligned with your values and beliefs. Throughout history, there have been individuals who dared to be different, who challenged societal norms and stayed true to their authentic selves. They left an enduring mark on the world, inspiring generations to come. Authenticity is not a new trend or a passing fad. It's a timeless virtue that holds the power to transform lives. In today's fast-paced world, it can be easy to lose sight of our authentic selves. We are bombarded with social media, advertising, and societal pressures that dictate what we should look like, how we should behave, and what we should believe. You might find yourself striving to meet these expectations, even if it means compromising your true identity. But I challenge you, my fellow graduates, to embrace your individuality and liberate yourself from the constraints of conformity. Embrace the qualities that make you unique, your passions, your quirks, your individuality. Don't be afraid to express your opinions, even if they are unpopular, especially when they are unpopular. Stand up for what you believe in, even if it means standing alone. Elevate the voices of those who may not have the privilege to stand themselves. Authenticity is not about seeking validation from others. It's about finding validation within yourself. When you embrace your true self, you attract people who accept you for who you are, fostering genuine connections and meaningful relationships. You become a beacon of inspiration for others who may be struggling to find their own authenticity. Now, of course, there are counter-arguments to authenticity. Some may argue authenticity is impractical, that in order to succeed, we must conform to societal expectations. And while it's true that there are challenges along the path to authenticity, I would argue authenticity allows us to contribute to the world in the most meaningful way. By being our true selves, we tap into our unique talents and passions, enabling us to make a genuine and positive impact on the lives of others. As we conclude this chapter in our lives and step into the unknown future, remember the power of authenticity. In a world that often encourages conformity, be the voice of change. Fellow graduates, today marks the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Let us embark on this journey with authenticity as our guiding principle. Go into the world not based on someone else's dreams and desires. Go into the world based on your own. Congratulations.
Great job, Marissa. Thank you. Next, Angela Mackey-Rutledge will represent the LLM class. Angela.
Good afternoon. Before I start, you should know this speech contains 4 shocking, perhaps even controversial revelations. So I'm an LLM student, which means I already spent several years getting a law degree in another country. I went to the University of Law in London on a full scholarship. Yes, I'm British, as you can tell by my obvious Cockney accent. So after busting my bum getting a law degree over there, thinking I was going to have this career as a solicitor, my family moved back over here, which meant my legal education had to start again. And in case you're not clued in on this, law degrees aren't very portable. I'm thankful that I found the Flex LLM program here because it meant that I didn't have to do all 3 years of law school all over again. My first shocking admission is that all of my law school education and all of my classes have been completely and totally online. I have never set foot in a law school classroom, nor have I been beholden to the Socratic method, and I don't even know the horrors of this thing you call cold calling. Still, I'm able to understand the black letter law, maintain a good GPA, and hopefully pass the bar exam. This is a testament to the changing landscape of legal education, and it calls upon the ABA and state bars to pay attention. Not everyone can stop their working lives and attend law school, but it doesn't mean that they're any less dedicated or less qualified to practice law. I know my classmates will attest that just because their courses are online doesn't make them any easier or less valuable. There are no shortcuts to becoming an attorney, but we must acknowledge and challenge the elitism that permeates the legal profession. Moreover, state bars should enable a viable path for all LLM students to take their bar exams. I'm looking at you, New Jersey. I see this as fundamental in creating a more inclusive and diverse legal community. So dream big. The world needs bright, innovative minds like yours to create meaningful change and to uphold the principles of justice. Work hard. Success in law, as success in life, requires dedication, perseverance, and resilience. In the wise words of Taylor Swift, a sentence I thought I would never, ever say, in her speech to my alma mater, New York University, she said, "Make mistakes. Let's embrace the reality that we are all human and we will all stumble along the way. And it is through these errors that we will learn and grow. So go forth with the understanding that you will falter, but also know that those missteps will ultimately shape you into the exceptional attorney you are meant to be." Connect with people. My second shocking secret is that I am a shy introvert. On the Myers-Briggs scale, I'm an INFP. I've had to break out of my shell and form connections in law school, but I've come to realize the importance of relationships in our personal and professional lives. So network with your peers, mentors, colleagues, and don't forget to forge deep and meaningful friendships along the way. Be kind. Approach your work with empathy, compassion, and a genuine desire to make this world a better place. Be thankful for your family support. None of us would be here today without the love and encouragement of our families. Thank you to my parents, Robert and Leola Rutledge, for their support, moral, financial, and childcare. And a big thank you to my husband, Robert Mackey, who has supported my law school ambitions and who has done more childcare and changed more diapers than anyone else I know. And to my children, twins, Tobias and Nathan, as well as my daughter, Vivian, I am so conscious of those days where you just wanted mommy to take you outside, yet we were stuck inside whilst I studied the law of perpetuities. It was hard, I know. Everyone hates perpetuities. I started law school just after Vivian turned 1. She's now 7. And when she asked me about law school, her thoughts are summed up by a terse but well-meaning question: "Are you done yet?" Almost, Vivi, almost. But Vivi, I am inspired by your boundless energy, which brings me to my next point: caffeinate. My third shocking revelation is that I have never, ever, ever tried coffee, unless you count that one time in Starbucks where there was a mix-up, but don't get it twisted. I rely on copious amounts of caffeine, as many law students do. So whether it's coffee, tea, or any other source of energy, you should find the thing that fuels you. You should find the thing that keeps you going as you pursue your dreams. And the fourth and final revelation is that law school is a waste of time. A total waste of time. But perhaps waste isn't the right word. Maybe time suck? If someone asked me if they should go to law school, I would say, how much time do you have? How much of your life can you stop to put on hold or pause? What meaningful things in your life are you giving up so you can spend time learning the law? Will you give up taking your kids to the park or helping them with their homework? Will you give up date nights with your spouse? Will you give up spending special moments with your parents, or going out with your friends, or traveling the world, or binge watching The Mandalorian? Will you give up money? I think I still have $1,500 worth of textbooks I'll never open again. All right, let's be real, I might not have ever opened them in the first place. The big question is mastering res ipsa loquitur worth giving up sleep? And if the answer to that, my friends, is yes, no, it's a hell of a sacrifice. And we are all here today because of this incredible sacrifice. I'm at an age now where I don't have time to waste. Time is precious, time is finite. And I say this as my time on the stage is running out. My last bit of advice is to maximize the time you have, embrace technology, work smarter, not harder, innovate, but don't reinvent the wheel. Use the best of what technology has to offer to make substantial improvements in your life. As evidence, I submit lines from the seminal album, OK Computer by Radiohead. Fitter, happier, more productive, comfortable, not drinking too much. As we leave this fine institution and venture into the world, let us strive to make a difference, live our lives with purpose, and never forget the lessons we have learned here. Congratulations to the class of 2023. May we all achieve great heights and create a lasting legacy. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. Wonderful thoughts. Corey Ost was elected by the JD Day class. Corey.
Thank you, Dean Randall, my fellow graduates. Graduation speeches are supposed to inspire, but truth be told, it is each of you that has inspired me every day. You answered cold calls with cool nonchalance and asked questions I did not even know to ask. You won oral advocacy competitions, led journals and clubs, wrangled authors, landed dream jobs, got published, passed the bar exam, and were delightful intellectual sparring partners whom I could never keep up with, but I tried anyway. You have brought countless smiles to my face and kept me laughing with your quick wit. To know me is to know my weaknesses, and here's one I did not even know I had until I met you. I did not know what a meme was until I got to law school. I had seen it written before, and I thought it was something the kids did on the Twitter and pronounced Mimi. And yet each of you, especially my mates in Section 1, embraced me as your colleague anyway. Many of you also got engaged, married, and had babies, and are still here today to collect your doctorate. Simply, if you are looking for inspiration today, you need to look no further than the person on your right, your left, and within yourself. You did it. But we could not have done it without help. First, to Scalia Law's faculty and staff. Thank you for answering every one of our questions. And yes, I know I asked more than my fair share. Teaching us to think like lawyers, mentoring and recommending us, and caring deeply about our well-being through a global pandemic and after. It is your voices we will hear in our heads on the bar exam and in practice. We will repay your investment in us, not only through our own successes, but our willingness to support those who come after us. And to all our family and friends, on behalf of each of us, thank you. We wear the fancy robes today, but in my mind, you are each receiving an honorary JD. There's an old adage that the days are long, but the years are short. I think it was about child rearing, but my husband might tell you it is equally applicable to law school. Speaking of, I need to thank my husband, Jay, for keeping me fed, sane, and being my proverbial life raft every time I thought I was sinking on those very long days. Jay, you've helped me realize my dreams, and being your partner has been the greatest privilege of my life. You did not hesitate when I told you I wanted to quit my career to become a lawyer, and when we decided that law school was also a great time to realize our dream of becoming parents. Our daughter, Reese, joined us 7 months ago, and my heart has never known so much peace and joy. I can talk about my loved ones, but I know every person in the audience today was a life raft for at least one graduate. We are eternally grateful for your unwavering devotion to us and to our dreams. So, my fellow graduates, as we move forward in our careers, please know that I forever remain a proud member of your fan club. It was my honor to go to school alongside you, and I am excited that each of your future colleagues will have the same honor. I look forward to seeing you define your own success, and should you ever need a cheerleader, you know where to find me.
Thank you, Corey. Caroline Lottie was elected as the JD Knight class speaker. Caroline.
Good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to represent the Class of 2023 evening program. Until 2014, the ABA restricted full-time law students to working no more than 20 hours a week. Some schools, including Scalia Law, still honor this restriction during at least your 1L year. However, if you take one less class each semester and enroll as a part-time student in the evening program, you can work as many hours as you want per week. By day, our cohort worked at the Department of Defense, software companies, small and large law firms, think tanks, the Department of Veterans Affairs, trade associations, USAID, and at various branches of the military. If that wasn't impressive enough, several of my classmates also balanced parental duties in addition to their work and school responsibilities. For example, after sitting through an evening of hypos in Professor Chang's torts class, including our favorite hypo, if Chang was speeding while late to a faculty meeting and hit a student who was jaywalking, would he be liable? A classmate of mine would promptly leave this class to immediately call his children because he refused to miss saying goodnight to them. Making it through 14, 15, 16-hour days over the course of 4 years is in itself an accomplishment. It shows grit, determination, and tenacity, all of which were further tested by the pandemic. Halfway through our spring 1L semester, we went from acting out civil procedure in Professor Davis's class, like truly walking through what happens in a courtroom. I was once assigned the role of being the bailiff, to staring at screens for our 16-hour days. And then we transitioned back to in-person the next year. Fellow evening students, I am immensely impressed by your adaptability and resilience. It challenged me, and for that, I thank you. Before closing, I want to make a quick point on a recent article that some of you may have read. A New York Times article cited a professor at another law school who stated, while schools like Harvard and Yale still have the best placement in elite jobs and federal clerkships, George Mason has been punching above its weight. This line really got under my skin. In sports, and boxing in particular, at least my husband tells me so, punching above your weight is a good thing. It refers to a fighter who punches with more power than those in the same weight class. But here, it suggests that we are performing or achieving results better than expected, but also beyond our ability, skill, or experience. This professor is mistaken. As I stand here before you all, I know you earned it. I know you have the ability, skill, and experience to achieve great things. You put in the hours, you wrote the law review articles, and you competed in the moot court competitions. You deserve to reap the fruits of your labor, no matter the opinions of outsiders. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt your accomplishments. And as you all likely know, being underestimated, being an underdog, has its advantages. It's easy for those who perceive themselves to be at the top to get complacent, to stop learning and stop challenging. The Goliaths expect to stay giant. They are not training or growing to be more savvy, more agile. But we are. Scalia Law, Class of 2023, congratulations, good luck, and kick butt. Thank you.
Great job, Caroline. Thank you. Finally, we have the president of the Student Bar Association, Tom Dossi.
Thank you, Dean Randall, ladies and gentlemen, and the graduating class of 2023. It has been my privilege over the last year to serve as your Student Bar Association president and help cultivate our law school community. Our Student Bar Association supports over 3 dozen student-led organizations that allow our students to achieve accolades and renown. These student organizations are the product of the sacrifices and work of just a handful of student leaders. And these student leaders, by and large, do not receive pay, class credit, or any other material benefit for their service. And so today, I ask that you all help me to recognize and honor these leaders. I'll provide a brief overview of their accomplishments while noting I cannot do them justice, or this would become one of those dreaded, overlong graduation speeches. Our student organizations in just the last year have brought hundreds of leading legal scholars, activists, judges, and more to our campus as speakers, and they have led the sort of discussions that are rare on other law school campuses. Our law journals have published well over 100 articles, many written by the students in this audience, challenging and provoking national discourse. And our competitive organizations have reached new heights, setting school records, winning national competitions, and competing on international stages in venues as far-flung as Vienna, Austria. None of these achievements would have been possible without our student organization leaders. And so the Student Bar Association has given those students who went above and beyond, who took on the most burdensome roles, special pins to denote their status. These pins look like the one I wear here today, and I would ask that you all please join me in thanking these leaders for their efforts. Now, there are some individuals that I need to give a special thank you for the impact they have had on our community this year. First, Dean Niels, because she has taken our endless phone calls, emails, and drop-in meetings, and she has never once blocked my phone or my email, despite how often I have contacted her. Thank you. Second, someone incredibly important to me who has been my adversary and then my partner throughout most of law school, Roma DeCidi, who led both of our flagship competitive organizations, not just as a president and a chief justice, but also as a peerless competitor. Thank you, Roma. And last, and maybe most importantly, Angelica Banks, who has served as the Student Bar Association treasurer for the last 2 years. Suppose for a moment we had not had Angelica Banks. It is no overstatement to say that without her, no student organization action would have ever left the ground. Thank you, Angelica. So just as our law school organizations have supported us, so too have the loved ones in the audience today. They have supported us before and during law school, and they deserve a special thank you. For me, that is my beautiful fiance, Kala, my loving family, and my mother, who has been my constant inspiration. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2023.
Thanks, Tom. We appreciate your leadership and your remarks. Each year, the graduating class selects a faculty member to speak at this convocation. The class of 2023 has selected Professor Paolo Seguato. Professor Seguato joined our law school faculty in 2017. He teaches in the corporate area He holds a JD and a PhD from the University of Genoa and an LLM from Yale, and he recently was awarded tenure. Please join me in welcoming Professor Seguato to the podium.
Class of 2023, buongiorno. Mamma mia, quanto siete belli stamattina. Let me embrace you all. Okay, look at you, all beautiful in your polyester gowns. A report by the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that inflation in graduation speeches has shot through the roof. So Dean Randall intervened with drastic measures to reach the target faculty speech duration to 4 minutes. But then you made the terrible mistake of giving an Italian a stage and a microphone. So, Dean Randall, I think you might regret signing off on my tenure when you see the practical effect of Italian time management skills. So, joke aside, what an honor to be picked as your class speaker. For the last 3 years, we have walked together on this important journey. We started in the virtual world. We have slowly had to readjust to human interactions. We had to relearn how to say hello, ciao, and not just simply a smiley face. And we had to redefine what socializing truly meant. It is wonderful to see how much you grew during your time with us. If you attended one of my classes, you know that I cannot avoid mentioning my mother-in-law at least once. So let me rephrase my earlier comment. So you evolved in the past 3 years, similar to how I evolved as a foreigner in my approach to my family's Thanksgiving meal. First year, we were all eager beavers. Everything was set for you. A wonderful supply and demand curve on a Monday, what a chicken is on a Tuesday, and who's liable for a piping hot coffee on a Wednesday. You always smile at your legal research and writing instructor, or at least I hope. And so I did on my first Thanksgiving. I ate everything my mother-in-law served, even a bizarre dish I later found out to be sweet potatoes with marshmallows. Guys, what is that about? It's like, anyway. Second year, you started to be more selective in your courses, and you started to figure out what you like and what you didn't. Yet you still needed to impress us. That was me choosing certain items at Thanksgiving, like corn pudding and pecan pie. And then you got to year 3. A few bar prep courses, moot court, internship, many seminar, but most importantly, you let go. Less barriers at Thursday's Thursday, at casino night, and at the pro bono auction. And for me, my first Thanksgiving was a revolution that can be summed up with 3 words: pasta for Thanksgiving. And now that you are here, ready to sail onto your new professional endeavors, you expect me to leave you with some pearls of advice for your future. In law school in Italy, I was told by my mentor, Paolo, if you don't have anything smart to say, please stay quiet. Perhaps, as you know, I should have learned my lesson, but I didn't, and I should have stopped here. But here are my 4 pearls for you. 1, don't take yourself too seriously. This guided me when I wrote this speech. Life is short, smile, have fun. Don't be afraid to laugh, particularly at yourself. 2, be curious and not intellectually lazy. For the vast majority of you, this will be the last time in school in general. Don't let this stop your intellectual curiosity. Read, listen, question, learn. As my wife reminds me, almost daily, Paolo, you can always do better and learn more. And for those of you who met my wife for dinner, you know that it's true. When you engage with someone, always consider that they are at least 20% right in what they say, and you are 20% wrong. So be intellectually humble. 3, be kind and respectful. And thanks, Angela, for mentioning the same thing. The last few years have sadly shown that when personal interaction is mediated by a screen, people too quickly forget social norms, embrace offensive language, and invoke the First Amendment to justify caustic speech. Free speech is a cardinal element of our society, yet remember, there's always another person on the other side. Words carry weight. You can always convey a message in a civil and respectful way without having to be rude. Last, acknowledge who's around you and care about the people who surround you. From your senior partner to the youngest intern, from the cleaning staff to the security people, you cannot imagine how far a simple hi and a short chat with people will take you. I'm reaching the end of my time, okay? So 2 more things I want to do with you. So first, as I mentioned yesterday, I want to be young, so let's take a selfie. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have it for the future. I can show my kids. And last, I think I'm going back to my Thanksgiving analogy. Soon, Dill Randall is going to graduate you, and you'll become part of the large family of GMU alumni. We've been your school family for the past years, and while there might be a grumpy uncle, an annoying little cousin, and a stressful aunt in the family, and I let you decide which family member is which, I got tenure. Remember that we are always here for you like a big family. Class of 23, oh boy, the Italian emotional guy comes out. Congratulations, bravi, and ad maiora.
Great job, Paolo. Tenure is not official until August, so get a few more months. That was 6 minutes. It's now time for our keynote address. Our commencement speaker is the Honorable Rachel Brand. Ms. Brand is Executive Vice President of Global Governance, Chief Legal Officer, and Corporate Secretary for the Walmart Corporation. Previously, she served as Associate United States Attorney General, the first woman to serve in this role. She also served previously in the administrations of both Presidents George W. Bush and President Barack Obama. A graduate of Harvard Law School, she served as a clerk to U.S. Supreme Court Justice Anthony Kennedy. She once served, if briefly, as a member of our own faculty at the Scalia Law School and was affiliated with the National Security Institute. Ms. Brand's career trajectory is inspiring to our graduates who hold an array of career objectives and aspirations. We are honored to have such a wonderful speaker. Please join me in welcoming Rachel Brand.
Thank you, Dean Randall, and good afternoon, everybody. It is really such an honor to be here with such an august group. The speakers, student speakers, amazing. Hard act to follow over here with Paolo, but really honored to be here on such an important occasion for the graduating class, for your friends and family who are here, and for the Scalia Law School. So as I was thinking about what I could say today that would add any value to this august group, I naturally thought about Justice Scalia, this being the Scalia Law School, but not about his jurisprudence, although that's certainly a worthy topic, but about another aspect of his life that's relevant to everybody in the audience, not just the graduating class and not just the lawyers. In a eulogy for Justice Scalia shortly after his death, Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg said that Scalia was once asked how he could be friends with her when they disagreed so much. And he had apparently replied, quote, "I attack ideas. I don't attack people. Some very good people have some very bad ideas. And if you can't separate the two, you gotta get another day job." So as you embark on your legal careers, I would ask you just to pause a moment on that quote and think about what it can mean for you, both as a lawyer and in your personal lives. Now, I know that the graduating class at Scalia Law School does not need me to tell you about Justice Scalia and about Justice Ginsburg and about their relationship, but since we're here with friends and family who might not be as familiar, just indulge me for a minute. So here we have two of the greatest legal minds in our lifetimes, but who approached the law very differently. They came to different outcomes on many of the biggest cases the Supreme Court's decided in decades. Cases such as Bush versus Gore, cases about gay marriage and voting rights and campaign finance. Scalia believed that the text and original understanding of the Constitution governed, and that the meaning of the Constitution does not change over time. Ginsburg disagreed, and she succeeded in changing the court's interpretation of the Constitution pretty dramatically over the course of her career, both as a lawyer and as a justice. Scalia's view sometimes prevailed, and sometimes Ginsburg's did. For example, she wrote the Supreme Court's decision striking down the Virginia Military Institute's all-male admissions policy. The Supreme Court's decision in that case was nearly unanimous with just one dissenting vote, Justice Scalia. But despite all that sparring and all those disagreements, they were truly close friends for decades. In fact, after Scalia's death, Ginsburg said that they had been, quote, best buddies. They shared a love of opera, as is well known, so much so that eventually somebody wrote an opera about the two of them. They shared family events. One year he bought her roses for her birthday, and one of his clerks asked him why he'd bother to do that when she so rarely voted with him. And he just said, "Some things are more important than votes." This kind of relationship is noteworthy because unfortunately it's become so rare. Too often, many of us, and perhaps especially we lawyers, retreat to our ideological corners and refuse to engage with ideas we don't like or with the people who hold them. My advice to you today is do the opposite. Seek out viewpoints with which you disagree. Get to know people on the other side of the aisle, or at least develop relationships that have nothing to do with your or their political views. I'd argue this is essential to your success as a lawyer, and I know it will enrich your life. So let's start with the point about lawyering. Engaging with ideas that you don't like, and engaging with people who disagree with you will make you a better lawyer. You can't advocate your own views effectively if you don't understand the other side's argument. You can't be an effective oral advocate if you don't understand the perspective of the judge, even one with whom you disagree strongly. Listening to and understanding an opposing viewpoint is critical to making your own argument more persuasive. I'm not sure all these faculty members are keeping this on their head, but I'm having a hard time doing it, so here we go. Let's go back to Scalia and Ginsburg. Ginsburg described Scalia's dissent in the VMI case as a, quote, searing criticism that took her to task for things both large and small. But this didn't destroy their friendship. In fact, according to her, she was grateful for his dissents. As she put it, they, quote, homed in on the soft spots and gave me just the stimulation I needed to write a more persuasive account of the court's decision. Now, none of this is to say that ideas are not important or that you shouldn't strongly hold and forcefully advocate for your own views. Nor am I saying that you should subject yourself to opposing viewpoints 24/7, because I know that engaging with ideas that you don't like or may even find offensive is uncomfortable, and it can be emotionally draining. But I also know that the best lawyers are rarely the ones who take the easiest path, so challenge yourself. You might even learn something or, God forbid, change your mind. And this is where humility comes in, because in my experience, the best lawyers and the best leaders are the ones who seek out multiple viewpoints. They're willing to have their own view challenged. They let people know they're willing to have their own view challenged. They're willing to engage in a real back and forth, and they're willing to change your stand in the face of better information or better arguments. When you're open to having your own views challenged, open to the notion that someone else might have information, logic, or experience that you had not considered, you will grow. You may think that cannot be true for the hot-button issues, the ones that you care the most deeply about. And perhaps it won't be. But I have found that understanding an opposing viewpoint provides at least more nuance to my own view, even where I hold fast to a core belief. I think many of us, like me who are older, who are with you today, would chuckle at the idea that what we thought we knew in our 20s is the last word on every issue. But I don't want the older graduates or the older members of the audience to get too comfortable either, because everybody can fall prey to what psychologists call the end of history illusion. Studies have shown that people of all ages often think that although they've changed their mind in the past, they have now arrived at the correct view and are not likely to change it in the future. And that often turns out to be false. So if you're graduating today and looking forward across the arc of your life and across the arc of your career, and you think that you're never going to learn or experience anything that changes your mind and a view you strongly hold now, I predict you are wrong. And I'd also say that that sounds really boring. So bear this in mind when you decide whether to limit your social circles to those people who are in your political corner today. It's unfortunate that so many law students and so many lawyers socially segregate themselves based on their politics. I've heard that Americans are increasingly unable to understand the concept of an ad hominem attack. They're unable to distinguish between attacking a person's ideas and attacking a person because their logic goes, if Jane holds a bad idea, Jane is a bad person. And I know that if I had adopted this approach, my life would be not nearly as full as it is. I met one of my best friends early our 1L year in a study group. She was a dyed-in-the-wool liberal who went on to clerk for Justice Ginsburg. I was going up to New Hampshire to volunteer in the Republican presidential primary. And despite all of that, we became fast friends and remain so today. She's still a lefty, and I'm still not. And we don't agree any more on politics now than we did then, but we find common ground on everything else. Kids, family, dogs, travel, and 1 or 2 nice bottles of Chardonnay. And I could name many others on the opposite side of the aisle whom I count among my dearest friends. Yes, I also made lots of lifelong friendships with fellow conservatives, but how much richer my life has been because I did not limit myself to getting to know only them. The point is this: don't have a litmus test for your friends. Lawyers may disproportionately focus on the areas in which we disagree, and that may be why there are so many unhappy lawyers out there, but you don't have to be one of them. Here's my message to you as you leave this place of ideas and enter the world of people. Be open to other people's ideas, or barring that, be open to the person, even if you disagree on ideas that are fundamental. Friendships with those who disagree with you don't weaken your resolve. They don't make you less committed to the cause of justice. In fact, at the risk of being too dramatic, they may play a small part in preserving our pluralistic, democratic society. The only approach that's ever succeeded in a society of people with different faiths, beliefs, races, and national origins is to find a way to disagree and still live and work together. In closing, I'm sure that many of you don't remember the relationship between President Ronald Reagan and Democratic Speaker of the House, Tip O'Neill, but they didn't agree on much. O'Neill said Reagan was the worst president he'd ever known. Reagan compared O'Neill to Pac-Man, a, quote, round thing that gobbles up money. But when the phone would ring at the White House in the evening, Reagan would pick it up by saying, "Tip, is it after 6?" Because at 6 o'clock each day, they transformed into great friends. Reagan helped raise $1 million to name a library after his friend at Boston College. When Reagan was shot, Tip rushed to the hospital to pray by his bed. Thomas O'Neill, Tip's son, wrote this about his father's relationship with Reagan. Quote, "While neither man embraced the other's worldview, each respected the other's right to hold it. Each respected the other as a man. What both men deplored more than the other's political philosophy was stalemate, and a country that was so polarized by ideology and party politics that it could not move forward. There were tough words and important disagreements over everything from taxation to Medicare or military spending. But there is yet a stronger commitment to getting things done. Congratulations to the class of 2023. May you have long careers and even longer friendships, and may you get things done."
Ms. Brand, thank you. Thank you for being with us today. Your remarks were inspiring. As many of you know, we just this summer will commence a new series called the Ginsburg-Scalia Colloquium, where we'll debate ideas from both sides, and we'll go about that deliberately. Let me now ask all of our graduates, please stand. Graduates, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors of George Mason University, and as recommended and approved by the Antonin Scalia Law Faculty, I confer upon you the Juris Master, Master of Law, and Juris Doctor degrees with all of their rights, responsibilities, privileges, and duties. Please now turn your tassels from right to left, and congratulations to you. Let me ask our Associate Deans, Sean Sotherell and Anna Marie Niels, come to the podium to help present the diplomas. And marshals, please present our class.
Testing, testing. All right. Thank you, Dean Randall. Good afternoon. I am Associate Dean Sean Sotherell, and I have the immense privilege of introducing you to the graduates of our Juris Masters and our Master of Laws programs here at Antonin Scalia Law School at George Mason University. First, we will present the diplomas to graduates of our Juris Master program. Stephanie Bloss. Thank you. Robert Bowers. Destiny Boyd. Karina Duval. Marissa Farina Morse. Lindsay Gilbreth. Con Pham Ivy. Delia Iocapelli. Demetria Sandra Jones. Sydney Jacqueline Mitchell. Bianca Peters. Shayana Phillips. Vantasia Chantel. Jafar Martin Singleton. Shannon Tyson. Fernando Pena. Susan Ali. And I'm actually going to jump a few of these. Okay. I awarded a few of those, but I want to say that we're now graduating the LLMs. Cole Meyer. Omar Jason Waite. The students graduating with an LLM in Law and Economics now are Gabriela Borges Silva. And now the students graduating with an LLM in U.S. Law are Amina Sarah Boardman, Jennifer Bono, Oscar Bowles Garcia, Deljot Howard Bodwell, Diana E. Cardenas, Laur Castillo, Rixie Davia, Shamark Dominique Davis, Sagan Toyin De Wodu, Felipe Andres Fernandez Leon, Miriam Goba, Zhu Le Ma Hansen, Sayed Zakaria Hashimi, Andrea Herrera, Letitia Rossini Jackson, Abzal Kabul, Sasadir Reddy Kalamati, Ruchana Kuna, Dr. Lila Nora Kiss, Sina Kovacic, Sue Min Lee, Maria Aldana Lopez, Angela Mackey Rutledge, Camila Matos Nascimento, Winty Mishra, Abdel Wahab Hatem Matur, Jusara Zusara Mato, Mariel V. Baya, Bhagavati Narayana Swami, Sarah Akhte, Homaira Pirmamem, Miriam Pierlo, Pedro Luis Rondon Raquena, Zahidullah Safi, Jose Rogoberto Mendez Sandoval. Bushra Sarfraz. Stephen Ira Selznick. Cameron Jean Charles Shamsabad. Ingrid Sorza. Honey Tajbash. Urja Himanshu Devani. Mariela Jose Vecchio Ortiz. Niyadi N. Vedya. Yuan Zhang.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Associate Dean Anna Maria Niels, and I have the privilege of presenting the graduates of the Antonin Scalia Law School's Juris Doctor program. Amir Abu Jamous. Yusuf Ahmed. Fahad Hassan. Rebecca Ansbro. Corey Elizabeth Ost, summa cum laude. Philip Andrew Bailey, magna cum laude. Angelica Banks. Christopher Drake Barneywalt. Lucas Duncan Beasy. Brandon Beck, cum laude. Kevin Beck, magna cum laude. Kristen K. Bednarik. Rachel Leona Barrent. Menelik Bulete. Sarah Berenger. Robert Blizzard. Jason Matthew Bloor. McKenna Bonheim, cum laude. Alexis Mackenzie Broswell, cum laude. Madeline Grace Brooks. Gregory S. Brown. Besa Buchai. Victoria Burke. Cassandra Boozy Cruz. Christian Lawrence Bush, magna cum laude. Rafael Camareri Rodriguez. Naray Choi. Karen Christensen. Brianna Marie Christensen, cum laude. John Chakiti, cum laude. Kristen Corey. Catherine Janine Cromack. Mary Erica Kraus. Cortland Longstreet Culver. These babies. Sarah Cutter. Christopher de la Zerda Cordero. Christina Lee Del Rosso. Peter Dickinson. Joseph Keith Dilly. Roma K. DeCidi, cum laude. And Leonardo. Tom Dossie, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Ferris, magna cum laude. Kevin Patrick Fenchak. Jenna Figlioli. Alexandra N. Filio. Rebecca Ashley Fitzgerald. Cassandra Hanlon Garitano. Gwendolyn Giloni. Sarah Azealia Gilbert. Timothy Johns Gleason, cum laude. Gabrielle Graves. Jamie Gray, magna cum laude. Lucas Green. Patrick David Griffo, magna cum laude. Colin Alexander Gunser. Bianca Burchell Hancock Siggers. Emily Faith Harrison. Neven Hemraj. Abraham Hendricks. Heidi High. Elise Hoffman. Douglas Horn, cum laude. Charles Anthony Iantorno. Timothy Yombor, magna cum laude. Megan Claire Jones. Hunter Khan, cum laude. Chandler Kanzi. Coda Keel. Kevin Keen, summa cum laude. Marissa Beth Kelberman. Tim Kilcullen. Sai Kim. Colin Wright Kreutzer. Caroline Teresa Lottie. David Scott Hansen Laws. Nathaniel Lawson. Megan Lynn Ledig. Hyo Seung Lee. Max Levy. Juliet Rose Lemeo. Daniel Lynch, cum laude. Kyle Philip Manuel, cum laude. Luke Quillen Marston. Nicholas Martini. Eamon McCarthy Earls. Thomas McGuire. Nicole McLaren, magna cum laude. Daniel Vincent McNichol. Allison Lynn McReynolds. Heather Lynn McShay, magna cum laude. Hannah Messick. Timothy Miles. Hannah Elizabeth Boney Montgomery. Zachary Moore. Antonia Marie Mordino, magna cum laude. Bailey Elise Morris. Robert Ford Morrison. Paul Newman. Stephanie Alice Neesett. Sarah Elizabeth Nolan. Bruno Ortega Toledo. Nicole S. Park. Payal Patel. Thurl Patel. Noelle Perigine. Patricia Vivi Fawn. Michael Dwyer Potter. Rachel Preston. James Paul Priest. Abigail Marie Rainey. Allison J. Riley. Maxwell Daniels Reinhardt. Luke Joseph Remsburg. Grace Antonia Roman. Danielle Hazel Rosenthal. Carl P. Rugemer. Lizelle Sa. Kennedy Winston Sattler, cum laude. Andrew Schilling, magna cum laude. Daniel Schlosser. Tangi Shiga. Justin Shindo, magna cum laude. Garrett Joseph Snedeker. Zachary Ryan Snyder. Stuart George Spooner. Luz Adriana Solano Flores. Richard T. Starr. Kanchana Stanumurthy. Anna Sarasic. Chanuen Swen. That's okay. Lauren Talbert. Connor Turnus. Daniel J. Thetford. Jack Valky Tiernan. Twan A. Tron. Tejo Sravani Thunoguntla. Bradley Vorv. Kristen M. Weiss. Aiden Wenzel. Brooke West. Kevin Whitmore. Timothy Alexander Wyroni, magna cum laude. Danielle Wilkerson. Logan Andrew Warwick, cum laude. Raymond Yang, cum laude. Apollo Edwin Yong, cum laude. Annette Yaspi. Valerie Yu. Mark Zanowitz, magna cum laude. I now welcome Dean Randall back to the lectern.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the law class of 2023. I want to thank all of you for attending today's special occasion. We have champagne waiting for you in the lobby. You can toast our graduates. The graduates and faculty, please stand. We'll start our recessional. Graduates, please let the faculty recede first, and audience, please wait until the graduates and faculty have left. We are adjourned.